เลินเพลินเพลินเพื่อ turn around คนรักงานต่างประเทศ by พี่ทิพย์สวัสดีค่ะเราเจอกันวันนี้เป็นวันอังคารที่2กุมภาพันธ์2564เป็น EP ที่35นะคะใน EP ที่34เรื่องเลือกคน recommend ให้เป็นพี่สรุป Essence 3เรื่องเช่นเคยค่ะข้อแรกทำตัวให้ดีให้เป็นที่รู้จักเลือกคนที่รู้จักเราเพื่อท่านนั้นๆจะได้พร้อมเขียนให้ข้อ2เผื่อเวลาให้ผู้เขียนและส่งเอกสารที่เกี่ยวข้องเพื่อมีข้อมูลเกี่ยวกับตัวเราให้มากขึ้นข้อ3สำหรับผู้ที่ได้รับคำขอให้เขียนต้องศึกษา criteria ของทุนหาเรื่องเล่าที่เด่นๆที่จะทำให้ผู้สมัครมี strong และ positive recommendation ค่ะ EP นี้จะเป็น2ภาษานะคะ Normally this Learn Plern Plern podcast is in Thai with some guests speaking English from time to time. Yet, considering that this little project will benefit both Americans and Thais, especially professors and อาจารย์ let's go bilingual นะคะตอนนี้พี่ตั้งชื่อว่า Knowing Fulbright to Know Me, You and Us ค่ะ To get started, let me thank Assistant Professor Benjawan Ubonsi, Executive Director of Fulbright Thailand, who has given me her blessings to do this series in addition to the Fulbright programs for Thais last month. I've intended to devote the whole month of February to involve our American alums as part of the celebration of the 75th anniversary of the Global Fulbright Program.เดือนที่แล้วก็เน้นให้คนไทยไปอเมริกาถือว่าเป็นการฉลอง Fulbright Program ในประเทศไทยที่ขึ้นปีที่71นะคะนอกจากนี้ที่สำคัญมากเช่นกันก็คือปีนี้เป็นปีที่75ของการก่อตั้ง Fulbright Program ค่ะพี่ก็จะร่วมฉลองทั้งเดือนนี้พูดถึงด้านผู้เชี่ยวชาญและน้องๆชาวอเมริกันเป็นส่วนใหญ่นะคะพร้อมๆไปกับการมองเรื่องของการแลกเปลี่ยนที่ต้องการความร่วมมือของทุกคนที่เกี่ยวข้องค่ะDuring my tenure working at Fulbright, I consider myself very lucky to have met many nice people. I have quite a few who have been in constant contact as friends. As I'd like to talk about Fulbright's American Scholar and Specialist programs, immediately I thought of Ajahn Bruce Vare, who got the two different types of grants and who has been really popular and well respected from then till now. To get a great introduction about Ajahn Bruce, I got in touch with Non Naran Pornpatana Nangkoon, our Thai alum. Non said Ajahn Bruce was his career advisor who had given voices of wisdom whenever he asked for. น้องนนท์จบปริญญาเอกด้าน Cognitive Neuroscience เป็นอาจารย์อยู่ที่ University of Otago, New Zealand เป็นลูกรักคนหนึ่งของอาจารย์เลยล่ะค่ะNun also added that Ajahn Bruce has a great influence not only on him, but also on psychological research in Thailand as a whole. I asked Ajahn Bruce to help, and he kindly agreed right away, and so let us learn what he wishes to share about his Fulbright experience in Thailand.
My name is Bruce Svari, and I'm a professor of psychology and neuroscience at the State University of New York at Albany, in Albany, New York. I've been asked by PTip to briefly reflect on my experiences as a Fulbrighter to Thailand, which I'm more than happy to do. And I've been asked to make comments in three areas. First of all, my experiences with the application process, what I've accomplished from my Fulbright Scholar Awards, and then last, how the awards have really impacted me as a person. I was a Fulbright Scholar to Thailand in 2006 and 2007, and in 2014 and 2015. And I feel very fortunate to have received two awards to this country. Every summer now I return to teach a course in my specialty area, behavioral neurosciences. That's at Chulalongkorn University in Bangkok. And my goal really has been, as a Fulbrighter, to spread the discipline of contemporary psychology throughout the higher education system of Thailand and to help out faculty in the area of faculty development through mentoring, mentoring of teaching, mentoring of scholarly research that's done by Thai researchers. So I'll talk about those experiences later on in my comments, but what I first want to do is to talk a little bit about the application process. The Fulbright program, it really is considered to be the premier international scholarship exchange program in the world today. There's a great range of scholars who routinely apply for these awards every year. Many of them are successful in obtaining those awards, and they engage in a variety of different activities in many different countries on a wide range of different topics. The application process itself, I think, is one that I personally have found to be straightforward, but it does require a lot of thoughtful reflection on your part, as well as a very thorough understanding of the requirements. You know, much of the information that you need to apply can be obtained from the Fulbright website. You can also obtain information by contacting staff, Fulbright staff. Take a look at the Fulbright webinars as well. They're really a wonderful source of information. But also, something I really like to emphasize is getting in touch with former Fulbrighters, especially in areas where you plan to apply, a country that you plan to apply, who have Fulbrighters who have been to that country. So for a successful application, then there's a few things that I would like to emphasize. One is that there really has to be a very strong match between you as the applicant and the host institution where you plan to go. And secondly, it's really important to get input from former Fulbrighters as well as colleagues that you have regarding your application. That's prior to the time that you submit it. Really get them to read it and to give comments about things that maybe are weak in your application and could improve. And also, justifying, the third thing would be justifying how your award is really going to help your host institution, how it's going to help you in terms of teaching and research and interactions with colleagues and with students. It's really critical that you justify that in your application. A Fulbright application can be time consuming, but that is because I think the questions that are there are ones that are very thorough in terms of the information that they're trying to get. The questions do allow you, though, to put your best foot forward. So I think that the application certainly is thorough and I think very fair. Fulbright application is not something that you can execute quickly. For some, it can take up to 2 years to execute it. So again, give yourself plenty of time and make sure that you read about the application process in advance, very, very thoroughly before you begin to execute it. So let me comment now briefly on what I think I have accomplished and perhaps learned from my 2 awards to Thailand. The results of Fulbright Awards can really be measured in a variety of different ways. Certainly the standard measures of, things like published research and creation of collaborations that you will have down the road with your colleagues in the country to which you have applied. Successful teaching of foreign students and involvement with curriculum and faculty development. These are all things that I think that's how we measure. It's part of measuring the success of a Fulbright Award. I was able to spend time in just about every region of Thailand and all different types of colleges and universities. I was able to provide the framework for contemporary psychology in those places that I visited, that I lectured there. I had many formal as well as informal meetings with administrators, faculty, and students, and that was all very valuable in terms of building what I wanted to build, and that was, the contemporary modern discipline of psychology. I was also able to help out in terms of the beginning stages of a number of Thai institutions in developing a clinical psychology training program. And that is a movement that is really critically needed in Thailand. in order to help in terms of mental health services, which currently are at the low end of countries of the world. From my perspective, nothing could really match the satisfaction that I derive from mentoring Thai students and helping them out in terms of their professional advancement in the discipline of psychology. That's really why I return every year to Thailand to teach my course so that I can find more talented students and try to help them. So again, enabling the dreams of other individuals has been an important part, I think, of what I've tried to accomplish. The last thing I want to talk about is, again, briefly comment on the Fulbright program in terms of how it's shaped me as a person. I've said to many people that being a Fulbrighter is the single most important thing that I've done in my professional life. It's really allowed me to contribute to something that's much bigger than me. It's made me much more culturally aware of people who are different from me. And it's really helped me to become a better teacher. It's allowed me to give back to my profession of psychology. And most importantly, it's really helped me to contribute. It's allowed me to contribute to the people of Thailand in ways that I could really never have accomplished if I didn't have a Fulbright Award. There is a wonderful quote that I want to end this little commentary on, and that's from J. William Fulbright. And I frequently use it in talks that I give about the Fulbright program. And it's the following. And again, this is a quote from a book that he wrote called The Price of Empire. So he says, "Our future is not in the stars, but in our own minds and hearts. Creative leadership and liberal education, which in fact go together, are the first requirements for a hopeful future for humankind. Fostering these leadership, learning, and empathy between cultures was and remains the purpose of the International Scholarship Program that I was privileged to sponsor in the U.S. Senate over 40 years ago. It is a modest program with an immodest aim, the achievement in international affairs of a regime more civilized, rational, and humane than the empty system of power of the past. I believed in that possibility when I began. I still do." So I think that's a very inspirational message. And I hope that maybe you'll reflect upon that a little bit. I've provided PTip with some links to some other things that you can read, some of which are about my own personal experiences in my Fulbright stays in Thailand, but some of it also specifically addresses the issue of application and help with an application. So I think PTip will be able to make those links, hopefully make those links available to you. So stay healthy, and I hope that you're successful in terms of your application, and I hope, of course, that you stay safe and healthy. And I do appreciate the opportunity to talk about something that is, I think, an incredibly important part of what we do in the world today. And that's the interactions that we have with people from many, many different cultures. So again, I hope that this has helped you.
Many thanks to you นะคะอาจารย์ Bruce, and also very thankful for letting me have the links to your publications. I'll include those in my ebook. ฟังแล้วเป็นยังไงบ้างคะกว่าอาจารย์ผู้เชี่ยวชาญชาวอเมริกันจะได้รับทุนไม่ใช่เรื่องง่ายๆค่ะต้องแน่แล้วก็แน่วแน่จริงๆ The Fulbright Awards have offered valuable opportunities and benefits to อาจารย์ Bruce host institutions and beyond.Next is another program we love to organize, which is Fulbright Hay Summer Abroad, offered by the U.S. Department of Education. It allows American participants to learn more about many parts of the world, including Southeast Asia. In our case, Thailand and Vietnam. มาฟังแอนเคนเนดีที่เข้าร่วมโครงการและต่อมาก็มาเป็น Fulbright Specialist ให้เรานะคะนี่ก็เป็นอีกคนค่ะที่กลายเป็นเพื่อนแล้วก็คอยช่วยเหลือคนในวงจร Fulbright ค่ะ I have asked Anne Kennedy to help, and you bet, she was more than happy to do it. Let me now introduce Anne to you. Anne is semi-retired, having taught in the public school system for 22 years. She continues to teach at a local university as she has been for the last 15 years. She feels lucky to have the two distinct perspectives as someone who worked in the trenches and also one who is part of the ivory tower of higher education. Since the Fulbright haze in 2011, she has continued to look beyond the United States mainland and has held short-term teaching positions in India, Brazil, South Africa, the Dominican Republic, and Puerto Rico. Because of the pandemic, her plans to teach in the Peruvian, Amazon, as well as in Alaska has been put on hold, and she has traveled the world and increased the wealth of cross-cultural experiences, I would have to say. Anne Kennedy สอนอยู่ที่ Georgetown University ค่ะ แล้วก็เคยสอนอยู่ที่ Arlington High ซึ่งเป็นโรงเรียนทางเลือกให้กับ refugee แล้วก็กลุ่มที่ไม่พูดภาษาอังกฤษเป็นภาษาแม่นะคะ In addition, I should also add that Anne has been serving on the national chapter at the Fulbright Association Board. Many thanks to you, Anne. Now let's listen to Anne Kennedy.
In 2010, when I decided to apply for a Fulbright haze, I was somewhat in the middle of my career, having accrued a number of years of classroom teaching and looking to add a few more jolts of stimulating experiences to supplement my lessons. Also, as a professed lifelong learner, I wanted to practice what I preach. By 2011, I had spent time in short-term teaching or research assignments in Jamaica, England, Cuba, and Guatemala, and found that I welcomed the cultural and linguistic differences and challenges I encountered. I wanted more. We were a group of 15 multi-generational U.S. educators from different parts of the country, representing different disciplines and having had different experiences, but all united in curiosity and seeking adventure. We had a lot of wonderful experiences, traveling from Bangkok to the Chiang Rai and the Golden Triangle to the southern part of Thailand, and then the length of Vietnam from Hanoi to Hoi An to Ho Chi Minh City. We stayed in 5-star hotels, cabins in the jungle, the homes of welcoming Thai families, and resorts. We rode elephants and water buffaloes. We had lessons in paper making, tie-dyeing, cooking, both Thai and Vietnamese cuisine, and salsa dancing. And of course, we ate well. The presentations of both Thai and Vietnamese dishes were so artistic, and the food was, of course, incredibly delicious. We didn't all enjoy durian in any form, either fresh or disguised as ice cream. Of course, as educators, we visited various universities and also learned about the Thais' concern to educate the needy. A prison that housed women also clearly showed the ways in which to rehabilitate them for independence upon their release. At a safe refuge for abused women, we witnessed programs that built up women's confidence and self-efficacy and saw the gentle care given to the babies of these mothers. Here were some examples of education, not only for the elite, but for those who would find honorable ways to benefit themselves, their community, and their society. But the most surprising result of our trip was the bond that continues to hold us together. After almost 10 years, I am still in touch with many of those other 14 fellow travelers, as well as our Fulbright team in Thailand. In 2016, with the passing of the king, we shared in the grief of our Thai friends. In 2018, as the world became aware of the young boys trapped in the cave in Chiang Mai province, we were emotionally with the Thai people, feeling their initial anxiety and finally their joy at the miraculous rescue. Any news out of Thailand now captures my attention. I hold my friendships with my Thai friends close to my heart, so grateful that they reciprocate and keep our lines of communication open. In essence, I learned and continue to learn that travel is visually, mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually stimulating. There is no better education than to experience other, to interact in creative ways, to gain the perspective of others, to be humble and open to others' ideas and ethos. It is not hyperbole to say that my Fulbright haze changed the trajectory of my life. I believe in the mission statement of the Fulbright Association to foster mutual understanding between the United States and partner nations, to share knowledge across communities, and to improve lives around the world. Inspired by my experience, I have since traveled to teach in Asia, South America, Africa, and the Caribbean, and look forward to more educational trips. Also, I returned to Thailand as a Fulbright specialist 4 years after my Fulbright haze. I continue to be involved by advising university students applying for ETAs, reviewing applications for specialists and scholars, and serving on the local Fulbright board. As we move forward in 2021, it is crucial that like-minded individuals work together to follow the prescient advice necessary to continue to live our lives fully and peacefully.
Thank you, Anne, for walking down the memory lane to share with us. I could really recall that we have done so much and visited so many places. When looking back, it was really worth the time and energy to have this rewarding return of friendship from many of you. Hope Fulbright Thailand will get to organize another one soon after the pandemic subsides. น้องๆจะเห็นนะคะว่าโครงการ Fulbright หลากหลายแล้วก็เท่าที่ได้รู้และได้ยินมาอาจจะจำกัดแค่โครงการหรือ2โครงการเท่านั้นนะคะแล้วก็แต่ละทุนเนี่ยมีจุดเด่นที่ต่างกันค่ะจุดร่วมคือการสร้างความเข้าใจอันดีต่อกันมองจากมุมที่หลากหลายรวมทั้งเชื่อมโยงทุนแล้วก็มีการสร้างเน็ตเวิร์คของ Fulbright ด้วยเช่น from Fulbright scholar to become Fulbright specialist or help with those who are under the Thailand Graduate Scholarship Program or from Fulbright Haze to be specialists and also keeping the network alive, well, and rewarding และยังช่วยดูแลผู้รับทุนคนไทยด้วยนะคะหรือช่วยประสานโครงการครูแลกเปลี่ยนด้วยค่ะเป็นยังไงคะมา reflect กันนะคะฟังแล้วเกิดความรู้สึกอะไรเป็นพิเศษต่อทุน Fulbright หรือเปล่าคะคืออะไรคะขอบคุณที่ตามฟังค่ะแล้วก็พบกันวันอังคารหน้านะคะสวัสดีค่ะ